How's it going, guys? Nathan from Nathan's DIY Garage, and today we're going to be removing and checking this DISA valve. Now, DISA valve is a video I've done before in the past. A lot of you guys still ask me about it, so I figured another DISA valve how-to and check video probably isn't too bad of an idea. You're going to find the DISA valve on the M52tu engines, the double vanos. You're going to find them on the M54 engines and the California M56 engines. Okay, so we're going to start off. We just removed these. I just removed them. I thought, well, let's just go ahead and stop and make a video. We have two T30 Torx bit screws. You can see right there. One goes right here. The other one goes under here. And how I take them out, I use my little T30 Torx bit for my 3/8 drive ratchet. It's just the right depth to fit in there like that. And just remove them like that. You're going to want to plug it. It just has a basic BMW squeeze clamp on it. You push the wire down and it unplugs. It goes right there. Really nothing to it. And on the E39, you can work it out with the hose on it. On E46, you're going to have to probably remove the air box, or at least slip the mass airflow out of the air box and point it down, and then you can remove it. You might have to pull this on E46 too. I don't remember exactly. We're going to pull it out. We're going to check all the functions on it. Let me put you on the tripod. Okay, spin the mic around, and we're just going to come up here. We're going to work it out ever so gently. Pull it out like this, and it looks like somebody has replaced the oil ring once on it. You can see it's, I'm not going to say new. It's been replaced. The old ones are, the original ones are glued in. This one's not glued in. So we have a flap here. It's a little bit loose, not terrible. And usually the pin falls out or the flap's broken. You can just spin it around. The other filling point is we're going to check the vacuum diaphragm. So we're going to flip the flap over like that. We're going to hold our finger on the hole, and it should hold the flap. Not bad. Something is going on here. What the hell's going on? It's hanging. Why is that hanging? So basically how it should function, you should see it's wide open right now. You should be able to flip it closed. You should be able to put your finger on it. You should be able to hold it. It comes back a little bit. That's not too bad. Then you let off the vacuum. That time it came open. It's freed up now, but it sounds weird. Like kind of crunchy. Something's going on. The problem with these is you can't buy just the vacuum diaphragm. The only place you could buy just that is the guy in Russia selling them for like $30 for a little piece of rubber. I think you could buy them in a rebuild kit if you pay a bunch of money for the rebuild kit. Now you got to remember something before you can just rebuild these. There's 3 different DISAs on these motors, on these engines. You have, to start off with, you have the DISA for the M52tu, which is pre-2001. Then you have a different size DISA for 2001 to 2005 for the 323, 325, 328, and then also on the 5 series, the 523, 525, 528. But once you go to the 3.0, like a 330 or 530, it's another different DISA altogether. We had this problem on Amber's car. I went to replace it. She has a 03 525. It's different than an M52tu DISA, and it's also different than a 330 or 530 DISA. So this guy here, I'm not sure what to do with him. It doesn't sound right. Something funky's going on with it. And it has a serial number on the flap. There, it's stuck again. Wonder what the deal with that is. We'll grab one we got on the shelf here. something slightly broke with it. The other one we got on the shelf here, we're gonna check that one out. So we have here another M52. This one's had the O-ring replaced on it too, just like this one. And we're gonna check it. So that one springs back real fast. This guy here is, hear that? It's all crunchy. Not really sure what's going on. There is another little diaphragm at the end of this here, and that has to do with the return also. Something's going on with that diaphragm. It's either crinkling up or there's something with the linkage. You can take the linkage apart. Let me grab a screwdriver. We'll pop it off real quick. So we can't get it off the bad one. Let's take off the new one. It should come right off. And it has a little linkage in there, which goes through to the flap. And on the good one, that one looks all right. But I can't get the old one off. I'm almost kind of thinking somebody glued it on. Usually you can stick it in behind here like this, and you could push up on it and pop it right out. But somebody's glued it in there. Somebody's been in here messing around with stuff. I just can't see enough of it in there to tell what's happening. But it feels like the diaphragm is gnarled up inside there. So basically the function of the DISA is whenever you are low speed, it has the runners closed off. The flap is open, I believe. Might be I have to double check that. But at any rate, whenever you hit the gas and you floor it, it turns the flap sideways, opens up all the runners, gives you more power. Now, some of the problem of the bad DISA is it won't throw a check engine light is either vacuum leak from the O-ring, or vacuum leak from that diaphragm at that little hole down there. I'm not really sure. I think there's two in this one. You could leak from the diaphragm too and have a leak like that. The test for that to be spray around it with carburetor cleaner while it's running, or if you have a couple $100 to spare and you have a smoke machine, that'd be great. But most people don't have a smoke machine. So at that point, you have sluggish acceleration whenever you floor it. The other problem can be if it's hanging open when it's not supposed to be. It can make the idle dip down when you come at a stoplight, which is what this car is doing some of the time. So I'm really kind of wondering if that flap getting stuck isn't why it was dipping down when you come to a stop. Only sometimes. I'm not really sure. But we're going to go and switch it out with the good one. That one functions very nicely. And we'll probably have to do before we know for sure if that was it is take it for a run. But at any rate, we can't send the owner back home with this piece of crap in there, because what's going to happen, even if it's not leaking right now, I think it was crunchy, it would hang. If that diaphragm rips, it's going to be a terrible vacuum leak. He's not going to know where the hell it's coming from. So that's pretty much it. That's the down and dirty of the DISA valve for the M52tu M54 and M56. Before we go, there is a serial number right here. But what we have found out in the past, even they could be the exact same valve. In fact, this one is 928 400 388. This one's actually the same, but we have seen it before where the serial number is different, but the valve's the same. A lot of that depends on the year too. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Tomorrow will be the remainder of the electric fan video. What the problem with that is, the fan is bad. We don't have one here, so we have to get one here. That's why that video is delayed. We're halfway through filming that. I just saved that to the laptop, and we'll put those together at the very end and have a complete auxiliary fan video for you guys. That's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.